LTR Training Systems, at the request of BPX Alaska Aviation Section, conducted a field test of the integration of an emergency breathing device into the current BPX offshore flight vest. These field trials compared both compressed air and rebreather emergency escape devices. Training standards directed by OGP, or the Offshore Gas and Petroleum Association, were used in the testing. Directives from OGP, Offshore Gas and Petroleum, recommend an emergency breathing device where a risk assessment shows that a cold shock or gas effect will reduce survival times underwater significantly. OGP allows for either an emergency compressed air device or a rebreather. Many organizations, and all of the U.S. military, prefer compressed air emergency escape devices, or SCUBA, for the following reasons: easier deployment in emergencies, more available breathing time, usage at greater escape depths. It can be activated while underwater, can be used in a smoke-filled aircraft as a self-contained breathing apparatus. It's easy to learn and adapt to. It has less maintenance and less overall cost. Initial testing was conducted using the LTR Training Systems Passenger Escape Trainer. The test subject wore a helicopter passenger transport suit and an associated inflatable life vest complete with an integral personal locator beacon. The SEA SCUBA unit maintains a slim profile, and the compressed air bottle is easily stowed in the current BP North Star Mustang life vest inner pocket. The SEA SCUBA unit only requires one step to initiate breathing on the surface in an emergency, and is easily retained during impact and in the crash position. Helicopter passengers can easily remove, inspect, and test their regulator prior to their flight to instill confidence in their emergency breathing system. Before ditching, the helicopter passenger can quickly place the regulator in their mouth, begin breathing, and assume a crash position. In the event of an uncontrolled ditching or no notification, the device can be cleared of water while the individual is still submerged by the usage of an easily accessible purge button. The SEA SCUBA unit can also be used in a smoke-filled cockpit or passenger section as a self-contained breathing apparatus for approximately 3 to 5 minutes. This allows helicopter occupants to continue to breathe and provides time to reach the ground safely. The SEA training units can easily and effectively be cleaned during a training program to allow multiple users of the device during water training. Note: rebreather devices cannot be exchanged between multiple users without pathogen exposure. The SEA LV2 can be refilled during training rotations directly on the pool deck through the usage of a readily available adapter. This adapter allows the student or instructor to attach the SEA LV2 to a large SCUBA bottle and then pressurize the device with new air. SEA units can be filled poolside repetitively for continued use during training sessions. This process of actually filling the bottle only requires 5 seconds of fill time. In comparison to the SEA LV2, the deployment of the rebreather system requires multiple steps prior to submersion to ready the device for breathing. It is deployed by pulling down the cover, placing the mouthpiece in the mouth while breathing ambient air, donning a nose clip, and then switching over to the counter lung once the user is about to be submerged. During testing, it was noted that there was a difficulty assuming a cross-arm pre-crash position with the rebreather installed and deployed. The breathing regulator of the SCA LV2 had no effect on the inflation or usage of the Mustang Life Vest currently used by BPX Aviation Alaska. The SCA LV2 can be integrated into the Mustang Life Vest easily and efficiently. The device is extremely accessible for both inspection and usage. Activating the device can be accomplished both before and after submersion, and training with the device requires only basic pool support, and pathogen exposure is reduced in comparison to a rebreather. The effectiveness of any rescue equipment is dependent on the competency of the crew, which is a direct reflection of the quality of their initial and reoccurring training. LTR Training Systems provides student-directed training in both helicopter underwater escape (UIT) and the usage of both compressed air and rebreathers. Contact our offices for further information on this test as well as other LTR programs.